Hey, what's up everybody? The first selection box is here for the month of July, and in this video, I'm going to go over all 12 of the Tsums that's going to be available. And in case you haven't noticed, Rugby Mickey is available for this selection box. And if you are newer to the game and is not aware of what Rugby Mickey is all about, Rugby Mickey is one of the top coin earners in the game. And he's actually the easiest Tsum to use to coin farm. So what I mean by that is he's going to earn you a lot of coins with very little skill involved. The other Tsums that are top coin earners are Gaston as well as Jedi Luke, but both of those Tsums require a little bit of skill in order for you to use it. Gaston is going to be available in the second selection box, so he's a little bit more difficult to use. I have another tutorial that shows Gaston as well. So if you feel like you could use Gaston and you could use the techniques that I'm going to show you in the video, then definitely go for Gaston in the second selection box. But if you want a very easy Tsum to use that earns you a lot of coins, then Rugby Mickey is the one to go to. So what I will do is I'll link both Gaston and Rugby Mickey's tutorial in the description below, and then you make a decision on which Tsum you want to invest in. If you can't use the strategy I laid out for you for Gaston, then invest in Rugby Mickey instead. A lot of people prefer Rugby Mickey because he's a lot easier to use and earns roughly the same amount of coins. For Rugby Mickey, you could get on the low end of 6,000. With Gaston, you're more in the middle to high 6,000. So there is a variable there. But anyways, let's take a look at this selection box. This selection box will be available for only 3 days. So you'll have until the end of day on July 10th if you are trying to get Rugby Mickey or one of the 12 Tsums that's available. So let's get into it and take a look at the 12 that's available. So we have Charm Rugby Mickey, then we have Charm Flower Tink, also known as Flower Tinkerbell, then Princess Rapunzel, Travel Elsa, Spirited Jasmine, Dr. Jumba Jookiba, Clawhauser, Lucifer, Timon, Hercules, Moana, and Mad Hatter. So these are going to be the 12 Tsums that's available. Now let me share with you who my top 3 Tsums are for this selection box. So obviously number 1 is going to be Rugby Mickey. And I'm going to show you the game demonstration here while I talk through Rugby Mickey. So Rugby Mickey is a really easy Tsum to use. He's very easy to charge up, and his ability essentially is a center burst ability. So all you really need to do is once you are charged up or your ability is charged up, just make sure that the entire screen has a lot of Tsums on there and activate your ability. This will earn you a lot of coins. And so as long as you play this exact same strategies that you see here on the screen, you're going to earn a lot of coins. And this game demonstration you're watching right now is a skill level 6 game demonstration. So if you have some skill tickets saved up and you're not a very skilled player and you just want a very easy Tsum to use, then invest it in Rugby Mickey. You're going to get a good amount of coins and you'll be able to open capsules more often. My number 2 pick is going to be Lucifer. Now this might be a surprise to a lot of you, but Lucifer actually earns a decent amount of coins as well. He's not going to earn as much as Rugby Mickey, of course, but it's still a pretty good one. So let's say you invest a lot in the selection box and you don't get Rugby Mickey or you don't get enough Rugby Mickey and you got a lot of Lucifer. So Lucifer in this game demonstration that I'm showing you right now, I ended up with 4,393 coins. So this is without practice, it's my first attempt. So it's still a very good Tsum to use. Very similar strategy as Rugby Mickey. What you want to do is you want to make sure that the center of the screen has a lot of Tsums before activating the ability. The ability for Lucifer clears Tsums in the center area as well as random Tsums on the screen. So as long as you have Tsums in the center area, you'll be able to clear a lot of Tsums from that gameplay. So my number 2 pick will be Lucifer. Now my number 3 pick, and this is my personal preference, there are other Tsums that you could get that might be better, but my number 3 pick is going to be Moana. Moana was my go-to Tsum for score bubbles, and I'll show you the game demonstration here as well. Moana is an amazing Tsum for score bubbles. As long as you have a bunch of Moanas at the bottom of the screen before you activate the ability, all of those Moanas will turn into score bubbles. So if you ever encounter those missions where you are required to make a lot of score bubbles per game, because you sometimes get those missions where you need to make like 14, 20, 24 score bubbles. With Moana, you can get that done in one gameplay. So it's very easy and gets you through some of those difficult missions. Definitely consider getting Moana for that particular reason. Now there is a second way of playing Moana as well. So let's say that you've used Moana and you want to also try to get a decent amount of coins. So instead of saving all the Moanas and letting them fall to the bottom, go ahead and just activate the ability as soon as you have your bar charged up. By doing this, you'll be able to get a lot of, well, not a lot, but you'll get enough bubbles to keep you in ability time. It only costs 8 Moanas cleared off the screen to activate her ability. Well, as long as you have her at skill level 6, that is. But once you start bursting those bubbles after you create them, you're likely going to go back into ability time. So essentially, you'll just pop bubbles, activate the ability, and then pop the bubbles and go back to ability. So this cycle continues over and over again. The score is okay. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but for a beginner, definitely very, very good. And also it generates a lot of bubbles as well. So you might have some of those missions where you need to make regular bubbles. So that's also going to be an option for you with Moana. So those are my top 3 picks for this first selection box in July. What I'm still going to show you is all 12 of the game demonstrations, so you guys can see for yourself what all these Tsums are about. And if there's a particular Tsum that you're looking for, feel free to use the slide bar, the time bar, or you could click on the timestamp in the description below. And again, Rugby Mickey is not as good as Gaston in terms of coins, but Rugby Mickey is significantly easier to use, so there is a trade-off. Let me know in the comments below if you plan on getting Gaston or Rugby Mickey. And if you have coins to get both, then definitely get both. But if you had to invest in one, let me know which one you're planning on getting. So that's my review for this first selection box in the month of July. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you guys would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.